Hey, and welcome to 2025. It's a Sunday night hanging on the first Sunday in 2025. So I figured we gotta kick it off in style, and someone who has one of the more stylish tones, in my opinion, my brother in tone, R.J. Ronquillo returns.
What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm supposed to eat the mic.
Eat the mic. Well, Glenn says not to eat the mic, but I guess it depends on the mic.
What's up?
There we go. Awesome. We got a bunch of people already jumping in the chat. It's been active for I don't know, an hour.
That's good.
Kind of like your chats on Saturday morning. It was just pre-gaming, hanging out in the parking lot, waiting to get in.
What's the weather like, everybody?
Right. Start off with that. So then you're forced to commit. That's what I'm just saying, folks. Let's see. We got searching for tone in here. Steve Reeser, your Tennessee brother Ryan Hall.
Ryan Hall is here.
Earl Coley asking what we're drinking tonight. I got an A&W root beer on the go, Earl.
Apple juice.
Nice.
Just no. Iced tea.
Iced tea. There we go. Sir William of Bologna III.
My favorite name.
Scott Sanders is here.
All right.
There's 3Gs. Mark Taft in the house. Paul McNary. McCullough Music. Eric Warrington. Elbarge. Unfucking Believable is here, always. Brother Ed. Let's see here. Randy Crux. Thinking of you, Randy. Randy had a bit of a house fire and doesn't have any gear at the moment. So.
Oh, no. Well, we got to help him out.
I think I have a. Once you're settled, Randy, hit me up with an address because I have a guitar for you, actually. So,
where's Randy's? Where does Randy live?
In Iowa.
All right. Yeah, once you're settled too, I got stuff for you too.
Definitely. So there's Hip Metal Works out on Vancouver Island. Who else we got here? BC Rich 581. Always good to see you. Charles 75N, or as I call Ed's brother. Let's see, who else do we have in here? Victor Beebe, I believe, who's, Mahalo out in Hawaii. Yeah, must be nice. Less snow there than here. I guarantee it. Papa Blue, great to see you. Search for Tones back. Michael Krause, JP Page 2. Some Symmetry, great to see you. A.K.A. Brother Trev. Gary's here. He's just across the lake over in Irondequoit, New York. Or the greater Rochester area, for those who aren't aware. Greasy Monkey Guitars. Cold. Wayne McConnell. Guitar Man 45. Out of Brighton, Michigan. Kind of your old neck of the woods.
Good skiing.
Who else? Time Surfing Alien is here. Great to see you. Papa Blue, Philly G Guitar Man. My lovely sister Amanda is here. Awesome. Jeff K. 60 Cycle Steve.
Where?
I
can't see. I'm like looking at the chat. I'm like,
boom. 60 Cycle Steve. That was about a minute ago. Oh, I'm only a minute behind in the chat. Nice. 6-string Stanger's here.
Oh,
his channel's blowing up. Ferd Burfle's here, but he's not feeling well. I hope you're feeling better soon.
Feel better.
Yeah. Hope it's not your back again.
Am I in a guitar store? No. Not yet. I will. Well, I might be selling 2 or 3 guitars later this month. I'll let you know.
It looks like a few people have some surplus gear, Randy. I think we're going to hook you up, bud. Which is awesome. Awesome. So if you have any questions for myself or RJ, you can use that @ symbol with our name. Stand it with Super Chat, I believe is reference. Or
what's your Super Chat go to? Since I have a taco fund, which I haven't had a taco in months, but
Soda Pop Fund.
Soda Pop Fund, that's good. I should change mine. What am I eating now? I don't know. Sushi Fund?
Pete Thorne has the coffee fund. could be good though. Nashville Sushi sounds like an odd band name. I'm just saying.
What is it?
Nashville Sushi.
Nashville Sushi. Yeah, there's not a ring to it. There's good sushi here, obviously. You know, it's a touristy town.
It's a foodie town.
It's basically like Vegas now, as far as like, you know, the restaurant scene.
Complete with all the corporate ownership too, sadly.
Oh gosh.
Marshall Murray's here. He says, "Hot chicken fund, RJ."
I'm not a hot chicken person. Well, I don't eat chicken, but I'm not a spicy guy. I've had let's see, I had some Hattie B's chicken tenders a couple years ago at a Rev party.
Mm-hmm.
And it was okay, but I'm not a spicy guy.
Drinking A&W, Earl. Dylan Boyle Music's here. Tom Lyle. Doc's here. Awesome. Get a good old crowd. Hit the like if you haven't already. It helps fill out. By the way, thank you, RJ, for shamelessly getting me to 6,000 subs.
Yeah, congratulations. 6K. Everyone's hitting them. Everyone's hitting the big numbers this past couple weeks.
It's great to see.
Does Toronto Metro have a specialty food? If Nashville has hot chicken, does your neck of the woods have a specialty food?
Other than poutine?
Yeah, other than poutine.
No.
Isn't poutine all of Canada?
Pretty much, yeah. It may have been invented in Montreal, but we're all claiming that one.
Oh, yeah. Buffalo Cauliflower Fund. Yes, there you go, Michael Krause.
That's nice. I like that.
Tofu Banh Mi Fund.
Yeah, not really, Terry says. Yeah. John says, that RJ seems like a nice chap. What's he doing hanging around with this reprobate? Easy, John.
That's like my 5th time on your show.
I know. At least. Well, enjoy work, John, because he's probably sitting in a cubicle on a Monday morning in Australia right now. So,
Or nor. That's my favorite thing to say. I can't do any accents, but like if someone asks me to do an Australian accent, I always say or nor.
I wasn't going to mention it, Billy. I wasn't going to mention that RJ has 2 Dane Electros hanging there.
I had 3. I donated one to a music school here. But I keep the 12-string.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, I got to have like a blue sparkle Dan Electro.
I don't like Dane Electros. It's just
I don't either, but it does a sound that no other guitar can do.
That is true.
And for
That's
sessions,
the sound of cheap. That's what it is. It's the sound of cheap.
Yeah,
but
it's
it does
something special.
It's like a Rickenbacker, which I detest more. It's a Dane Electro, but at twice the money.
I just keep certain guitars for sessions, which is very rare, but sometimes I'll get a call to do these weird sessions and I need a particular sound, and it's a good thing I have certain guitars still in my collection, because I mean, I've thought about selling all the guitars I don't use all the time, but then I'll get a call to do a session for some like Beatlesy sounding thing.
Right. There's Steve Brand in the house. Great to see Steve. Keith H. Michael Krause is liking the Dane Electric. Yeah, of course he does. Michael Krause is my own personal troll. I just love it. But he'd be like, look at this Dane Electro. And I was like, I don't like it at all. He goes, yeah, paid $40 for it. I was like, well, I guess I would buy that too for $40.
Oh, yeah.
Jerk.
It's nice to hang on the wall. Honestly, I haven't picked up that blue one probably in 2 years. No, actually, maybe when I demoed the reverb pedal just recently. But before that, it was like 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Michael Crow says, so would you do a Dano 12-string or a Squier Jazzmaster 12-string?
Dano. This one, for some reason, like I have 2 12-strings. I have this one and I have an Eastwood kind of 335-ish looking one. For some reason, this one just sounds better and it stays in tune a little bit better.
Matt says, I owned a Dano for 29 hours. That's rather specific, Matt.
Well, which one, Matt? A baritone. I bet it was a baritone.
Yeah. Who, probably owns almost as many Eastwoods as you. I'm just saying.
He owns the good ones.
Lot. He has a lot. And Revolta.
Yeah, see, baritone. I knew it.
Of course. This is Matt. Matt plays almost exclusively baritone. It's like, I'm like, I didn't even know that company had a baritone. He goes, yeah, I just made it into one. Like, okay. He's got a lot of baritone. Although, his latest thing, he's got a lap steel with the palm benders on it.
Ah.
Which,
those are cool.
It's so cool. I'm so jealous. What's up, Ian? Ian's Guitar Shack.
Ian's Guitar Shack.
Gary says, I try to sell ones I'm not using. They never seem to make it out the door, though. Yeah. Maybe you like them, Gary. Or just nobody's buying them. I don't know.
I made a list of
great house of guitars. Just saying.
I had a list of guitars I was going to sell last year, and then I looked at it. I'm like, no, I shouldn't sell that guitar. No, because I'm like, I think I used that actually for something. Am I touring this year? No plans, but I'd be open to something.
If someone needs them as a super sub.
Yeah, it really depends.
Dan Gorman's here. What's up, Dan? Good to see you. So, ambient guitar, how's that working out? I haven't
touched it since the live stream.
That's it.
But I mean, I have it set up, so it's within my smorgasbord thing.
Sure.
So when I want to be creative, if I'm doing a demo and I'm want to play around, right, I can easily click either the mood or the hologram on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's ready to go, which is cool.
It was definitely interesting.
It's fun to play around with for like 10 minutes.
I think people were drinking extra coffee because they're just like, this is early. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I should do a Monday night thing. Monday night mood, ambient guitar, just like improvising.
Mm-hmm. I try to do some ambient stuff once in a while, but it just ends up kind of droney.
Yeah. It's only fun if you have the fun pedals that kind of do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you just play with the knobs.
Right. Bedtime with RJ. It's the opposite of coffee time with RJ.
That's right.
Ironically, get to wear pajamas in both shows.
And pillow talk. Monday night pillow talk.
Oh.
Building an 80s inspired board. Awesome.
Yeah.
But with only LPD pedals. Well, that's the best brand to do the 80s stuff, because really you just need 3 pedals.
Mm-hmm.
The 87, the chorus,
mm-hmm,
and then
hashtag bring back the chorus.
Yeah, chorus is awesome.
And then you have your choice. He's done both analog and digital delays over the years. I go digital for that board.
What was the name of the digital? Because I can't remember if I ever got one.
Offset.
I got to Google to see if I did that video. Hold on. LPD offset. Maybe I didn't know it was a digital delay.
Yeah. Bam.
Oh, it was a digital delay, huh? 3 years ago.
Sure. And this only came off my board because I got the Halo. That's right.
The Halo is a good
because
one.
I'm trying to replicate a rack board, rack system / pedal board hybrid. Yeah. So, like stereo. I'm big on if it's stereo in and stereo out, you will find a home on my board.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of the prerequisite.
How are you running stereo to 2 different amps, or are you doing it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to the Blues Deluxe and my Marshall.
Nice. Stereo's where it's at.
Yeah. Oh, I can't go back to mono. Sorry if I ever play in a band again with another guitar player. Tom says, what are LPD pedals? Go to lpdpedals.com and check them out. It's great handmade pedals by a friend Lawrence out of Arizona. He used to say artisan pedals on them, but I don't know if he considers himself an artisan anymore.
Of course he is.
He is. Thank you, Sis.
Jeff K is asking, hi, Jivers. I haven't, they just had a baby, so I don't know if they're going to be, well, I don't know. Hopefully they'll be playing again this year pretty soon, but I would love to play with them. High Jivers here in Nashville are a great blues kind of rockabilly band.
And I agree, Steve. That's one of the last on my list is an electric 12.
Yeah. For me, it's just for session work.
I may get a Gretsch, a 12 Gretsch. That could be fun. Because I think I might get a little closer to the Rickenbacker without actually having to play a Rickenbacker.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Betty Faye? Marshall Murray always thought LPD was Canadian. Well, he is that nice. I will agree, Murray. He is that nice. And
he's an honorary Canadian.
Wow. Gary's looking to build a pedal board this year after 50 years of playing.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, yes, Charles. You're more than welcome to borrow the electric 12 Gretsch. He likes Gretches almost as much as I do. There's Rob Blackmore official.
Hello.
Let's see here. Tom says, do you guys like it when the delay grabs the decay of reverb and makes a fake room sound?
I don't know. I've never really noticed it.
Yeah, I'm not sure either because I haven't honestly been using a whole lot of delay the last few months because I've been using a big plate reverb sound and it doesn't leave a lot of room for delay as well. What's up, Retro Puffer? Let's see here. Well, if I use the proto chorus and proto offset, well, let's just name drop proto there, Chris. That's nice. Not that he lives in the same area of the country, RJ, so he can just drive over to Lawrence's place.
Well, he's got them all then.
He does. Plus, Lawrence has done some one-offs for him as well. Commissioned builds, as it were.
Yeah, I
think purely out of spite.
Those pedals will get you there.
Let's see here. John says, took my pedal board apart about 3 years ago to do a big rebuild, and the pedals are still in a big green shopping bag today. Oofta. So, yeah, this is true, Ed. Yeah, your brother does need to string his current 12-string first. The man has literally owned a 12-string Sigma acoustic for 2 years now, sitting in a case with no strings on it because he refuses to restring it.
It'll take a day to string it and tune it up and stretch the strings. Sometimes, like, I'll break... in fact, the Eastwood 12-string, I broke a string probably on it, and I haven't thought about changing the strings, and it's probably been 12 years.
Let's see. Mike Ross says, living near Boston, I can drive to many pedal makers. They'll just lock the door and turn off the lights when I show up. Don't most people do that, Mike, when you show up?
I'm trying to think who's in Boston or the... I know Amplified Nation's near Boston.
And now the younger brother goes after the older brother. Yeah, Ed, be nice. Remember, he's currently building your custom guitar for you.
Oh.
There's Quentin James himself. One of the hosts of Guitar Talk Universe, along with our friend Steve Brand in the chat here.
All right.
Friday nights. We got Paul Leonard Ewing, Stop Box Steels. The single best blog Blog, because it's no video. Blogs for pedals on the inner Google. And not that he has a few of our demos possibly linked to pedals.
Hey, that's what
Sending us traction. What's up, Joe? Joe McGraw in here. Nice little crowd. Are you writing or recording any new material?
Yes, it's slow going because of the holidays, but that's kind of... It used to be on my back burner. Now it's in the front burner.
Okay. Now, is this a new solo project or part of Transatlantic Radio, perhaps?
Well, okay, so yeah, both of them actually, now that I think about it. So
okay.
Transatlantic Radio is trying to finish up a full release album, working on a possible record deal, and I think for my thing, it's just going to be a solo guitar record.
Okay. I'm down. I think with Transatlantic Radio, once you release the first album, though, the second album has to be a double live album from the Budokan live.
Oh, I love it. It's got to be a live album.
Yeah, double live album.
But that's the thing about the AOR community is you have to have CDs now. They don't want streaming. They want a physical copy of CD or vinyl or whatever. Which is cool because, that means they'll buy that. They'll buy merch. But, yeah, that's the only thing that's kind of been a speed bump.
Let's see here. Mike Cross mentioned Amplified Nation, Source Audio, Copper Sound, Electronic Audio, Experiments.
Oh, that's right, Source Audio.
Axe Effects, Cosmodio, and many more I'm forgetting. Oh, there we are. Wow.
I didn't realize that.
Neither did I. And Charles was asking, how does RJ find inspiration for a new project?
Well...
You build a new pedal board.
You build the Inspirato Smorgasbord 2.0, but I don't know. It's kind of, for me, it's deciding the direction. Do I want to make a blues record? Do I want to make just a random kind of fusion of things like I do in my videos? So that's the hardest part, is deciding on the direction, and then from there it's easy. Then I can just start making demos and writing and all that stuff.
Makes sense. Guitar Talk Universe says new Friedman amp coming out at Namm.
Oh man, there's always a new Friedman amp every year at Namm, and they're always really, really good.
I'm going to assume that would be the one that was announced on Friday night, the official Jose Friedman.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, which makes sense because if anyone's going to do it, it's him. He serviced enough of Jose's amps over the years to know what's been done. I like it. Chris was asking, what guitars, amps, mics using to record?
I don't know yet.
Going
depends,
deep?
Depends what the studio situation is going to be. But I don't know. Probably that Michael Landau DeVille is going to make an appearance. Probably that. And I think the Amplified Nation Bombshell Overdrive. Those two amps are the ones I've been really dialing in my tones to.
Okay. You're already over the Boogie? What?
The Boogie is... I'm keeping because it's kind of a tool. It's one of those things like if a piece of gear does something that nothing else can do, then I'll keep it even though I'm not using it every day, you know?
Exactly. It does the flavor. It does that flavor.
Like there's nothing that sounds like a Boogie.
No, there isn't. Okay, see Music Therapy Laz in here. Oh, jeez. R.J. Satriani with the Silver Space People and Bear Pants coming soon. Oh, Matt. I think Matt's just looking for a gig in the band.
Hey, maybe I'll make a all baritone song,
Right.
like 3 different baritone guitars.
I will say, since knowing me now, Matt actually has a guitar in standard tuning in his collection. I was shocked.
Which one?
I think it's his Jazzmaster.
Oh, wow.
John's asking, are you still playing the backwards lefty Strat? I have
Yeah.
one backwards Strat, and it's sometimes only a pain in the butt to play.
Well, actually, so the Paisley Fender custom shop I sold last year or 2 years ago, but I still have the RS Guitar Works Twisted, which is kind of left-handed, but it's got right-handed controls.
Apparently 5 guitars in standard tuning now. Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah. And they're not all flat black, too, which is nice to see. Let's try to get him out of his depression. He's wearing hoodies all the time. He's playing flat black guitars and down tuning. I was like, come on. It's more to life, man.
You might be buying a jazz guitar pretty soon. Like an
Right.
L5.
Ooh. He did buy a Gretsch yesterday, but it was a Jet. So,
Nice.
but it was blue, and we like that. I haven't seen it yet. Yes, the twist is good, John. Nice. Oh, and I think Guitar Man 45 was hinting. He says he had a place for you because he's opening a venue at some point in Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Yes. He he had been talking about doing a home studio with a performance space.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made the mistake of taking his daughter out to see, I believe, George Lynch last year.
Oh, wow.
And she had a great time. And she said, you should do this, Dad. He says, do what? Like put on shows. And so then I opened my smart ass mouth and I said, well, Bo, if you're going to open a venue, you need to put the band back together because then that's one less act you have to pay because you can play, and open for Lynch and all these guys coming through town, which he thought's great. So now he's putting the band back together too. And
that's the best way to do it. If you have your own venue, then you can play as much as you want.
Exactly. Great Vanzini in the house. Another lover of Gretsch style guitars.
I need to get another Gretsch back. I don't have a Gretsch anymore.
I know. I wasn't going to say anything,
I've been looking.
But you have other hollow bodies and stuff too, so you got stuff in the realm.
Yeah, that's true.
Besides, if you do the Bukovac thing, you take a 335 and uses his little EQ and makes it sound like a Gretsch. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. I think he's the king of the GE7. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. I think I bought my Exact Tone GE7 because of him.
I need to get one, too.
It's a good one. I use it all the time.
It does a thing.
If you put it after any overdrive or distortion pedals, it's just a nice little fine tuner if you want to dial out certain frequencies.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Kush? Cushman NYC in the house. I was talking with our good friend Aaron from Albus today, and he was wondering if you're headed out to Namm this year.
I am not. I thought I was last year. I was thinking about, booking flights and hotel, and then around November, I'm like, I don't think I want to go.
Because if you go, then you're going to probably want to figure out, like, is there a way I can offset the cost? Can I perform somewhere? Can I do this or something? Then it's more work than fun. So it's not. It's always
trip. It's always so exhausting for me, right. And I'm trying to figure out a way to, schedule it so it's not so exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll go to the Namm show during the day and I'll be so tired that I don't want to hang out at night.
Right.
So the thing is to not spend so much time during the day at the actual convention so you have energy to hang out at night.
Right. Yeah, I found that. Or you just don't sleep a whole lot, and that's not good.
No, then I can.
Because we're not 22 anymore.
I'll make plans to go to Namm maybe in the next few years.
Need to bring back summer Namm. The commute's a lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying.
I
think I had a better time at summer Namm than I did at winter Namm anyways.
The great thing about summer Namm is that you can walk from the convention center to Broadway in Nashville. So, you know, Ben.
Oh, I know. Well, I know once I watched the video playback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just more convenient.
Funny, I don't drink anymore.
Well, you can still have fun.
You can.
It's all, a lot of restaurants and shopping there.
Yep. That is true. Nashville's much better for that too, because everybody is like, oh, you hear, oh, somebody's playing at a club tonight, but it's like a 45-minute drive to some other community in the greater LA area, whereas Nashville, it's all right there.
I had to do that once. So 1 year, I spent all day at the Namm show, and then I guested on a gig that our friend Artur Menezes, blues guitar player, had. It was me, Kingfish.
I believe I've seen video of
Guy
that.
King. But it was all the way in Arcadia, which is like Pasadena area, which
is like the other side, basically.
It was like an hour and a half drive to get there from Anaheim.
Right.
At the time that I had to drive, and then an hour back. But that just took me out for the rest of the weekend.
Exactly. 6XC says even if you stay in the area, it's 20 minutes to go 3 miles.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric.
True.
Eric Salcedo? Sure.
Happy New Year.
Christopher Live Silva's here. 4 is here. No traffic, 20 minutes, right? I know. Funny part is the whole first year I went to Winter Namm, I didn't realize that Disneyland was like right across the street.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't even notice.
A lot of people come with their families, drop, the wife and the kids off at Disneyland, and then go into the Namm show.
Makes sense. Do robot tuners make logical for 12 strings? No.
That's a lot of robots.
That's just more robots to go wrong.
It's a heavy guitar. Heavy headstock.
Hey, Sean plays guitar. Happy New Year to you as well. I think Chris was asking, is there any gear coming out in 2025 that you're excited about?
Yes, and I just did a demo for it, and I can't talk about it yet.
So there you go.
But, yeah. You'll see it on my channel.
Nice. Exactly. Shh, they're listening. Robots are the greatest. Oh. How many guitars does RJ own that he would never part with?
Never. I would say like 5.
I would.
Okay, no, 10.
I bet you, as soon as you start looking, it'll be closer to 20.
Yeah. Okay, 20. Let's say 20. At first, I was like, I could part with all of them and be okay, but then I'm like, no. Yeah, let's say 20.
Some would be hard to replace. Some, yeah.
There's some that aren't made anymore,
Right. Michael Crow says the Reverend 12-string has locking tuners. That helps a lot. Does it? Because that would be even more neck dive, I would think.
I didn't know Reverend made a 12.
Yeah, I always forget Reverend does make a 12. I got to put that on my list of. It's hard to find a Reverend in Canada. They're just.
Really?
I don't even know where the dealer is.
Huh.
Eric's joining in late. No touring as of this moment, but you never know.
You never know if the right call comes.
Mm-hmm. Look at you, Bob Seger.
Oh, I would do the Seeger gig
Right?
if he's still playing.
Sean was asking if you still have the upside down Paisley Strat.
I do not. I sold that one.
Oh, Eddie with a heavy question.
I
Have you seen the AI videos recreating classic rock songs in a style decades before they happened? What's your opinion on that and AI's role in music going forward?
I think I might have seen one video, something like if Led Zeppelin was like from the 50s or something. I wasn't really paying that much attention to it. AI's role in the music it's just a matter of will it be used for good or evil,
Right.
and it's always probably going to be evil at some point. So, it's just a wait and see situation. I think it's fun to play around with, and some things are funny, but it only can do so much.
Between the auto
So
tune
I'm
and
not
Align to
worried.
Grid, I think we're almost there, it seems.
Yeah.
Bo, okay, Guitar Man 45, says he likes your chair. Which one is that?
This is some Amazon gaming chair that I got that was probably just the cheapest, fastest thing that I could get. And it's pretty comfortable.
Nice. Ed was asking how many guitars you have.
I haven't counted it in a couple years. I want to say it's still under 50.
You want to say that, though.
Yeah. if I think about the guitars I sold and guitars I've bought or acquired, everything is kind of evened out for the past 10 years.
As he was asking earlier if you had a go-to guitar these days. So I was like, oof, it's hard to do because you would because for certain demos you're going to use certain guitars. Yeah. So
I have a go-to guitar every day, and it's different every day. Today, I actually pulled out this old Kalamazoo acoustic, kind of Delta Blues slide guitar that I haven't played in years, haven't tuned it in years, and I picked it up, and it was perfectly in tune, open G. I'm like, wow. And it's probably been at least 3 years since I've taken it out of the case.
Wow. Crazy. Sean plays guitar, asks, how many guitars do I have? 20, 22. I always end up having more than I remember. Yeah, I got some upstairs. 24, you think? I think.
It's a good.
That was good. I only got a couple last year, so.
For the longest time, I only had like 2 or 3 guitars in, as a professional musician, gigging.
Wasn't until I started doing this that I expanded when I started Utah, I only had I think I had 3, 4 guitars, maybe, and that was playing in cover bands doing a variety of territories. I need a Tele, a Strat, and a Les Paul type thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and like 2 amps, maybe.
Yeah, and then we'd always switch off. I'd always say to the other guy, I'm like, what do you play this week? He goes, I want to play my Les Paul. I'm like, okay, well, I'll play my Tele. Or he wanted to play his Tele that night. All right, well, I'll play a Les Paul. Guitar Man 45 says, see, you need a daughter to keep track. Because literally, that's his daughter's job. She has a spreadsheet.
Really? Well, that's good.
Oh, he's north of 100 guitars, I bet, at this point.
Well, yeah, then you definitely need inventory taken.
Because that was part of it, was him acquiring gear for the studio / so you wouldn't have to show up with anything. He has everything. And
oh, yeah.
And he has everything. Thank you, Terry, for the links to RJ stuff. In case you haven't already seen RJ's channel, check it out.
Thank you,
It's a lot
Terry.
of fun. Quality edutainment.
Yeah, that's right. I need a new slogan.
Tom Lyle says, has Fender secretly eaten Marshall alive?
Have they? What happened? What did I
don't think
miss?
so. I think Fender's been really concentrated on their whole Tone Master stuff and then the Tone Master multi effects unit. And so they got a lot of digital stuff, whereas Marshall just seems to be retooling every few years. They seem to be bought and sold and retool and bought and sold and retool.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, could you imagine Marshall putting out a digital modeling situation? That would be weird.
Yeah. Well, and Marshall's one of those companies. They're like Gibson. They're kind of in a corner. Like if they get too crazy, people yell at them. But then if they don't do the traditional or just do only traditional stuff, they're like, "Oh, look at your dinosaur company. You're not experimenting."
Yeah. Yeah, I totally get it. I mean, what else can Marshall really do other than put out signature or tribute amps?
Right. Yeah, revisit old circuit design. Nobody's asking for a new Marshall design. Really.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem with Marshall is you got all these companies like Friedman doing Marshalls better than Marshall.
Yeah. Metropolis, Bray.
I always like to throw the wrench in the Marshall crowd. My personal is, if Marshall's such a great amp, why are people getting them modded all the time?
That's
You
true.
know, here, other than Dumble modding a Fender, not a whole lot of people were, hearing of modded Fenders. Oh, I had to do this to my Fender.
Yeah, exactly.
Retro asks, do you still use traditional pedals or do you use modelers or both?
I use mostly just traditional pedals, but I do have the quad cortex for certain things.
Mm-hmm. Hobo ready. 30th anniversary reissue. I like blue Tolex. Perfect. Mesa was modded Fenders. Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm. Rivera was
Mr.
too.
Anderson 59s. Looking forward to that Friedman Arredondo amp. Yep. Yeah, nobody's asking for a new Fender design yet. How many reissues have they done? Yeah, I think they've reissued just about every year Princeton now.
Yeah.
It seems.
Although they did, the Jack White amp is a pretty crazy thing that they
That's
did.
different. Yeah. Ooh, favorite Vox style amp.
Ooh.
That's
Favorite
hard.
Vox style, like another manufacturer?
Sure.
I mean, Matchless. I think a Matchless DC30 is one of my all-time favorite amps for sure.
Mm-hmm. I can't play through a Vox, unfortunately. My hands and Vox's circuitry do not match up at all. It's not good.
Yeah, there's certain things that I like about a Vox amp. When they're cranked, they sound really, really cool, but you can't really
I would
do much
like
with
to.
it. Yeah.
I've used them for demos a few times, and I'm just hate them. Are you still RVing? Ooh.
Where did I go? I haven't really been camping out. I've been using it more of a road trip vehicle. And I took it to Florida a couple months ago. But yeah, I haven't done any major camping trips. Hopefully this spring I might start doing stuff.
Nice. Guitar Man 45 asks, have you used rack systems in the past? And if so, do you still have all that rack gear?
Not really. I had that one Art SGE rack that I rebought. And that's the only piece of rack gear I ever had. That's the only piece of rack gear I have now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have... Actually, Zach from Mythos gave me a Rockman distortion generator, which is like the little half space thing. But other than that, those are the only two rack pieces I have.
Jay Steen in the house. Good to see you. Alan Guitar says, I want a full-size Marshall fridge. We all do.
Mm. Jim Lill, yeah, he makes great videos.
The old ones work just fine. Yeah. Oh yeah, Chris had asked that. Do you record with the QC at all?
I don't think I have any like, so the transatlantic radio stuff, I do that all in the box. So I use plugins, but I've actually modeled those plugins on the Quad Cortex for live use. So really the Quad Cortex I bought just for live stuff.
Sure.
So I haven't really used it to record, but I think it's a great product. I sold my Line 6 Helix, and I like this more. The Quad Cortex works a little bit better for me.
Nice. Matt, aren't you using one of them as well? I think Matt's using one of those because he uses it for synths as well as guitars and stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome.
John says, I still need to get my Rockman X100 fixed. I got it kind of working after it sat silent for 30 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, get it working.
There's a girl on Instagram that fixes everything, and she's been doing a lot of Rockman stuff lately. What's her name? Oh man, I don't remember now. I'll find it. But she fixes keyboards, she fixes amps, and she's done a lot of Rockman stuff. And I think Steve Stevens actually gifted her a Rockman.
Nice. That'd be cool. Okay, yeah. John has seen her.
Yeah, okay. What's her name? Yeah. Miss
Shy Must Die.
Miss Shy Must Die, yeah. I think her name is Shyla or something.
And then Chris asks, RJ, is there a Rockman replacement in pedal form that's less than $1,000?
There will be.
Okay.
Just wait till the Namm show. That's all I can say.
What's up, Absolute Mayhem? Which is not that far off. We're only looking at about 3 weeks, folks.
Yeah.
3 weeks. It'll all be out in the open.
Get excited. Just create the buzz. I'm not going to say anything, but...
Right. And really, for it to be a Rockman, it can't just be gain. It has to have the chorus, too, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's got to have the compression. It's got to have the chorus. It doesn't really have, like, the echo or the reverb, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good, so I don't care if it has that, but...
Right. He says, damn, more gear blue balls. Yeah, okay. Randy, we have some very kind words for you at the top of the show. I'll text you tomorrow. But good that you got some sleep. Yeah, Lee says all that stuff that was built in. Yeah. Some of it was good, some of it not as good.
Laz, I haven't played the ADA stuff. I always wanted to get an ADA MP1, but I never bought that. And that's one piece of gear I guess should be on my list to get.
Well, I'm sure Behringer's working on ripping them off, Michael Krause. It's like they're not even trying to hide it anymore. Here's the same housing. Here's the same graphics. We're just ripping off everything. Lee says he had an ADA rack for a few. Nice. How close does the IK Media Amplitude 5 come with their Rockman plugin? You did a video on that,
Yeah, I did a video. It's okay, but if you're going to do a plugin, I would get the Overloud THU Rock Guy plugin. That works best. Actually, yeah. And I use that for recording stuff too.
What's a good MIDI or mini head amp that you like?
Oh, a mini head amp.
which to qualify would have to be what, 30 watts or under, I would think, for a mini head.
I don't own. That's the thing. I haven't owned or I haven't really demoed a lot of the mini head stuff, but what I've heard from the Friedman stuff is always good for the size. I mean,
JJ
even
Jr.
like some of those, I had a friend that had one of those PV. Was it a PV Classic? One of those mini PV Classic years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's like the classic 30 head is like a lunchbox size.
yeah. I thought it sounded pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unbelievable has the SLO 30. He really likes that. I don't know. I got DSL 20. Seems to do Marshally stuff pretty good. Of course, I want to replace it with a Friedman at some point. But.
I went the opposite way this past year where I only wanted to get 50 watts or higher just because there's something about that much wattage. Even if you don't turn it up all the way.
I really like the mini JCM 800 head they did, Billy. I really enjoyed that one.
Actually, yes. Sir William of Bologna, I think Brett Popper had one of those 20-watt hand-wired Marshall heads that was really good.
Lee's recommending the Mesa Mini Rectifier. Sure. Matt uses Rev G20 once a year.
Nice.
Sure you do, Matt. Time you see you got digital going. It's all about the digital with Matt because he's making his video game music and stuff.
Hey. Who's playing Fortnite? I played Fortnite a bunch today.
I'm just giving him a hard time. Ed's got a Fender amp.
Nice.
So, RJ, what's coming up in 50 watts he can't talk about?
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the stuff that I've demoed that's come, like the Namm releases. I don't think there's nothing 50-watt amp wise that's going to be.
So you say there's going to be a lot of videos dropping like on a Thursday morning?
Hopefully before, because I'm too excited. Yeah. Hopefully maybe the Monday before. I don't know. I have to ask them when they want to start announcing it.
Nice. Sean says, I'm going on year 5 with 1 amp. Fender GTX 100. Still awesome.
I think I still have mine. I demoed the GTX 100.
Nice. The Engel stuff. You do hear a lot of good stuff about the Engel stuff. Their mini heads.
Yeah, I played one at Henning's house years ago.
Yes, and sound effects. He gets paid to make guttural noises. Who knew?
That's a good job.
Yep. Fender Excelsior 115 for the fun of it. Great Vanzini says.
Nice.
New Rivera 50-watt 110 combo exclusive to Norms is very, very intriguing.
110 50-watt. Wow. Oh, nice, Sean.
That's nice. Billy does online crossword puzzles. That's as close to video games as he gets.
That's good. What's that one? Wordle that everyone plays?
I didn't even think Rivera amps were even still around.
I think the last I remember, the son was running the company, but that might have been like 20 years ago that I saw it. He was making videos.
That works out well for some companies and not so well for other companies.
Yeah.
Worked out well for any ball, not so well for Kiesel, in my opinion. Which I still never understood, RJ, why Kiesel had a booth at Namm. They sell directly to the public. Why they had a big booth at a place not open to the public?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I think
it's they had money to spend, I guess.
Yeah, and they just want like guys like us. Ooh, guitars! Well, I'll buy a guitar.
I think. Well, yeah. It's just trying to get in. get the magazines and the content creators to make videos about it. That's like the best place to do it. I mean, did Carvin show it? I'm sure. Did Carvin show at Namm back in the day?
Good question. I don't know.
Because that'd be the same thing.
All I know is Guitar Man 45 has been dealing with that company so long. He said his first Carvins, because they weren't even set up for shipping, they would just put the guitar on an airplane, like on a seat on the airplane, Joe Bonamassa style, and then he'd pick up his guitar at the airport.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was up to the flight attendants to like take it off the plane.
On and off, yeah. Which is the weirdest thing.
Yeah. That's when you could smoke on planes too.
Right, and you could walk right up to the gate for on or off, no problem. Just I'll just park out front, just walk right in, and yeah, it didn't work out for PV either. Yeah, Michael Cross, that's true. Let's see. Unbelievable says I'm getting rid of the MT15 because I need a bigger boy amp. I'm not sure if it'll be an Angle or another Soldano. Don't get another Soldano. You have one of those. You want something different. If you're going to do stereo, you got to play through two different amps, in my opinion. It makes it more stereo. I don't know how. So Eddie was asking TV themes or movie soundtracks. Do you enjoy playing on guitar?
Ooh, I don't think I've ever done anything like that. TV themes. I remember learning the "Give Me a Break" theme song.
Nice.
And arranging it for solo guitar. That was fun to do. Do I enjoy playing other instruments transposed for guitar? I mean, in school I probably transcribed like sax solos or piano solos, which is, it's a good practice to do, but I haven't done that in a long time.
I remember when I was taking guitar lessons, it was a sure sign to stop taking guitar lessons because it wasn't part of the official program, so I didn't have to do like the Mel Bay book. Mm-hmm. So I literally just ordered in an AC/DC songbook.
Yeah.
That's what I want to learn. And you look at it, it was just chord charts and then actual notation music. And I'm just like, okay.
But no tab.
So he starts showing it to me, and we start playing. I'm like, this doesn't sound like Shook Me All Night Long. And I realized he's teaching me is the vocal melody, which is underneath the chord chart.
Yeah. I thought I was going to teach you the piano version
and
on
just
guitar.
Like, what? I'm like, no, this isn't Back in Black. I'm just like, hang on.
Yeah.
What are these chords up top? Oh, that's just what key the melody follows.
I remember.
We don't play melody. It's just rock music. But he wasn't a rock musician. He was country and some jazz. Okay. Yeah. So I quit within a year. He told me, just join a band. You'll just learn faster if you just join a band. I was like, well, what if a band doesn't want to have you? Start one. Doesn't matter. You'll figure it out.
I think I had a teacher for like maybe a couple of weeks that was like that. He was like a classical guitar person, and he was trying to teach me something, but it was all notated, and I'm like, this is not what I want to learn.
AC/DC vocal melody. Do you need rusty strings? Hey, no, but yes. Unbelievable says, other than John Coltrane, who is the greatest modern musician?
Oh, other than John Coltrane. I mean, is John Coltrane one of the greatest modern musicians? I don't know if he could be considered a modern musician now.
Oh, there's Aaron. What's up, brother Aaron?
Albus Band.
He's like, I'm awake. Set his alarm for 8
Jacob Collier. I think is a great modern musician. When I hear that,
I don't know. Prince.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Prince.
No, Aaron. You won't be seeing me there.
Not Machine Gun Kelly. Stop, Billy. Just stop. Machine Gun Kelly had a free concert outside the racetrack I was at, and I didn't go.
Oh, wow. When was this?
I think it was 20. It was either 2016 or 2017. Like I'd never heard of him. We had to look him up. We're like, who's Machine Gun Kelly? He looks like Vanilla Ice. Pass. So I didn't go. If there's Vanilla Ice playing, I would have gone. Jacob.
All right, Aaron.
That concert is pretty good, but well, there you go. I'd wait till spring, Aaron, but he's threatening to drive down to Nashville.
Yeah, wait till the spring.
He's got a new vehicle, so not like the vehicle we drove down to Nashville in. We're reminiscing how it was overheating on the way back, and he's like, "That's when I knew you knew about cars, and I didn't know you knew about cars." I'm like, "Yeah, good thing, because we're in the middle of nowhere." So give me all the bottled water we have in the vehicle, because it was overheating, and then driving with the heat on to help cool the engine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Neck through versus bolt on. Ooh. Doesn't really make a difference to me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have more bolt on guitars.
Sean says Eminem room at MJK's career so hard they switched to pop. See, I don't understand pop punk. Like, you got to pick a lane, because pop and punk are two very different things, in my opinion. Like, the closest it would be is, like, I don't know, like when you were touring doing pop music, but you would have like the triple wreck guitar tone for that one part where they want the heavy guitar to come in.
Yeah,
that's about as close. I'm saying,
But it'd be on the Line 6 Veta. It'd be a model.
Oh yeah, you don't have a real triple wreck on stage. No, it'd be a Pod Go.
Yeah.
Bo says all these people here in Detroit are on crack, Ben. Okay, sure, Bo.
What's the football news?
You have a team this year, apparently, or so I've heard.
Oh yeah.
Sarcasm punk equals pop punk. Well, that's like I remember talking to a band. I'm like, "What kind of music do you guys play?" And they said post-hardcore. I'm like, "What? You used to be hardcore and now you're not?" Like,
it's still raining here in Nashville. I gotta take the dogs out, but not if it's okay. It's about to end, so. The Line 6 disc. You know, I've owned. What was the first Line 6? What was the first Line 6 amp? I owned the second one.
Before the Spider?
Before the Spider, it was a Line 6.
That's a good question.
There was not the Axis, but the one after it. Flex Tone. I had one of those Flex Tones.
Okay.
And I thought it was so cool, and then I took it to a gig, and it was awful. Because you would dial in these sounds at bedroom level or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
they don't sound good at stage level.
And then, once you turn it up, it's just like, this sounds totally different.
I remember the amount of guys had Line 600-watt heads when I was doing sound, and they seemed to last 6 to 8 months of gigging, and then they just vibrate apart.
Yeah, and I used the Veta on the road. It was fine, but
Boas, hey, do you ever meet up with Robert Baker in Nashville, fellow YouTuber?
We are supposed to film a video together in a few weeks.
Oh, your number one guitar?
Which one?
I don't know. That's I know he's doing a video series on your number one. It'd be
Oh,
your number one.
yeah. You know what? I don't. That would be awesome, though.
Yeah,
I
good
would love
luck.
to do
Now
that
you got to
series.
narrow it
I
down, right?
can't decide.
Right? You're like, ah.
No, I think we were supposed to get together to do like an amp shootout thing with Brett Papa.
Oh, okay. Cool. He's a great guy.
Yeah, but I saw. When did I see Robert last? It might have been the opening of the Zach from Mythos' store, high voltage guitar.
Right. I was gonna say, yeah, I remember because he did a video over there not too long ago, looking for the best sounding guitar in Nashville. I'm like, I don't think the best sounding guitar in Nashville is actually for sale at the moment. I think it's tucked away somewhere that somebody has.
Who knows where it is?
Right. See you, Dale. And he played the new Boss Mini Katana. I have not.
No, I haven't even seen it.
No.
Have I met Uncle Larry? Yes.
I was gonna say, you pretty much everybody. If you're into gear at all, you're gonna run into him at some point. I would think somewhere.
We've had lunch and dinner and lunch.
Well, you have several mutual friends, I do believe, right?
Oh yeah.
That's what I thought.
It's the circle. The circle.
Vince Gill probably owns it. You're probably right, Billy.
Yeah.
Uncle Larry has the best sounding guitar. You know, Eddie, it's just him and me. We're the last of the iPhone YouTubers. That's what I say. He and I, we're the only ones making videos on iPhones these days.
That's right. That's all you need.
And I've been doing it longer, so I think he got the idea from me. I'm just saying. Bo says, I've seen Guthrie Trapp has been playing in local places there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he gets around.
That he does. Any plans to do any more gigs locally at a shady East Nashville establishment?
If someone calls me, yeah. Usually if Corey Congilio will be like, hey, you want to sit in or...
And you'll be bringing your own amp this time, just to be on the safe side?
Oh, yeah. Actually, the last time I played with him, really nice place here, Star Rover Sound. He brought a two-rock, I think it was a Bloomfield combo. And it sounded really good.
What's up, Mark?
And it wasn't super, super loud on stage, so...
Mm-hmm. I just remember you playing through that Princeton. It was great for the rhythms, but it just wouldn't go that extra little bit to get over the top of the band to take a lead break.
Oh, no.
And he had his 100 water next to him. Like, look at this, Corey. Jesus.
Oh, I didn't
intimidated. I'm just going to say it here, Corey. You were intimidated.
Yeah. Always come overgunned.
Yeah. Oh, are you going to make an Uncle Larry impersonation video? His fans have made great ones. I got inundated with that. Holy crap.
I could, because I've seen enough of the videos to know the Bookisms, but I'm not going to because I'm friends with him.
Right. I think that would be the funny thing. Like someone make a highlight reel and it is all of his friends doing it. You know?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Vince Gills myself because I think probably Vince will do the best. Although Keith Urban's Uncle Larry is pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, Bo, you use the 100 waters. Yes. Well, Bo, he's talking about his live rig having 4 amps, I think. He's narrowed it down to 4 heads he likes, so he wants to have 4 amps on stage.
Oh, wow.
But then again, he's also talking about keeping his gear in a gear locker at the venue. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Marshmallow, I'm not sure who the real Uncle Larry is, but I've seen multiple impersonations. Right. And Billy's apparently back. Hello, friends. We'll go a few more minutes here, folks. We had some great questions and comments. Really
Howdy,
dig it.
Mickey
I'll be back tomorrow
Settlemeyer.
night playing some music and showing some bad album covers, which is always a highlight of the work week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of bad album covers out there, RJ. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to think
There's
if
a
I
lot.
have access. Yeah, there's always the rare ones that you find like $1 at the Goodwill. Those are the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen a few, and oof. Mickey Sotomayor, what's up, my friend? Mark's asking where my sister was here earlier. She's probably getting her daughter ready for bed because back to school tomorrow, I would think.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, exactly, BC. Mainly quartets with 6 members. I never quite understood that. And most gospel albums are titled with a double entendre. Also, you got Searching for Tone there. Brian just reminded me. He's live on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. on Wednesday.
Yeah, always fun. Andrew Collins, what's up, my friend? He says, "Are you guys going to Namm?" Nope.
No.
No. It takes too long for me to get to Namm.
I'd like to go to Anaheim. I don't know if I would want to go to the actual Namm show, but to go to California.
I do miss California.
In January is always a good.
Yeah,
it's always better.
That was the best thing is like assuming the weather hold out, you get out of snowy Ontario and get out to nice, Southern California.
Remember that one year that it rained like most of the weekend? I don't know if you remember that, but even though it rained, it was still better.
I just remember getting laughed at from my buddy's wife because it was 59 degrees and sunny, and I was out sunbathing
in the pool.
Because I was like, "This feels great." Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
They're all wearing jeans and hoodies, and I'm just out there in a pair of shorts. I was like, "It's getting into the 60s. This is amazing."
Eddie Faye, yeah, I could do a Brett Pop impersonation too.
Mark says it's snowing.
Who's gonna do an impersonation of me then?
I've seen your Henning Pauly impersonation.
Oh God.
Laz misses me at Namm. I miss Namm, Laz, but I just don't miss the 14 hours of travel to get there.
How do you get there? I mean, what? So where do you stop? What are your layovers?
Well, first I drive the better part of 3 hours to Toronto for from there, and then usually it's a layover in Chicago.
Ugh.
And then barely. Like I remember last time I literally had to run across the airport, and I had first of all I had to run. Okay, so that's negative right there, and yeah, that's when I realized I had no cardio. And then and it's always from Chicago straight into Santa Ana because I don't fly into LAX because I'm no fool.
Do you have to go through passport control in Chicago? How does it work?
No, because once you're in there, once you're in the airport, you're good to go.
So okay,
but it's one of you got to show up like 2 hours before the flight because it's international, and then it adds on to your day, and then actually it's super late by the time you're getting into California, even gaining 3 hours.
Yeah, that's a long one.
Yeah, the way back is just that's what kills you. It's like literally you get on a plane at 10:30 in the morning in California, and it's midnight by the time you're touching down in Toronto. Between layovers and fun stuff. Yeah. Okay. There's the final question right there, Chris. Thank you. RJ, how do you pick your stage clothes, and do you have to wash them?
Well, it depends on the gig, but when I did the Ricky Martin tour, there was a day of fitting where the stylist or the wardrobe person kind of selected different clothes for each person, and then we tried them on, and then we'd kind of decide if it was, yes or no. And there was one time I think I remember saying no to something that they made me put on. Not that the clothes that I ended up with were stellar at all. But yeah, so on a big production tour like that, they basically actually towards the end of the tour, I kind of weaseled my way in and started wearing my own clothes, but I had to get it approved,
Mm-hmm.
So I actually I didn't continue wearing the original clothes. I kind of replaced it with my own clothes and I got them approved. But, there's wardrobe people on tour that take care of them and clean them or steam them every couple days. And they do get pretty nasty.
Right.
But,
yeah, because stages are hot, folks. Stages are hot.
yeah, and they're not going to launder them every night because they can't. So Febreze is their friend.
Yeah. You just hope they're dry. That's
Yeah. Well, I mean, the dancers on that tour probably got more gross clothing than the musicians. Right. I didn't really move around that much.
BC, did you get to keep the outfit? Ooh.
God, no. Actually, you know what?
It's now in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I think so. I believe there was one shirt. It was like not fishnet, but it was like a see-through kind of shirt that they sewed on it like a scarf to it. I think they gave that to me or I took it or something because I remember seeing it. I'm like, I never wore it again, but I think I just probably took it as a memento. But I don't think. Yeah, I didn't get to. I don't know what happened to those clothes actually.
Wow. Yeah, here's a production. Billy just says, I worked at a Luther Vandross show and all the local stagehands got fitted for clothes to wear if we went on stage. Wow.
Oh, wow. What kind of clothes does Hands wear at a Luther Vandross concert?
Oh, that's the questions. Yeah. Yeah. Gearfest was cool a few years ago, Steve. I'll agree to that. That was a cool event before it went all virtual.
That's true. I think I went twice, maybe once. And then for some reason I never get invited to the YouTuber event.
Well, maybe if every other video of yours was sponsored by Sweetwater.
Yeah.
I'm not pointing fingers, people.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's my fault. I mean, I could do more Sweetwater stuff. I just choose not to.
Nice. Well, on that note, we should probably wrap things up.
Yeah.
This was a very fun show. I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. We had a great variety of questions and a greater variety of answers.
That's right.
Figure that out. You can catch RJ most weekdays in a video form doing a demo of a guitar or a pedal, sometimes an amp, or possibly virtual stuff.
Yeah.
Done software videos even. There's that. And occasionally on Saturday mornings, he does coffee time with RJ.
I've been slacking off, but,
Hey, you did 2 in a row there. I was shocked. I'm just saying.
Over the holiday. Yeah, 2 in a row over the holidays.
Over the holidays.
I needed a break this past weekend.
Yeah, which I was kind of happy you didn't do one on Saturday because I had a very late Friday night. So.
See?
I was like, literally, I refreshed YouTube before going to bed. I'm like, nope, don't need to set an alarm. So.
I think I was out running errands on Saturday with the wife, so I couldn't do one.
Yeah, they're always fun. And quite random in topics. I always enjoy too.
Oh, totally random. There was a time where I would just like think of a topic that morning, and now I can't think of anything.
I love when it's like, you choose which pedals for me to shoot out. I'm like, wow.
You run the live stream.
Yeah. That's like, I always tell people the dirty secret. If it just says live Q&A, that is, I don't have a topic.
Yeah.
For any YouTuber that live streams.
Just ask me. And I mean, sometimes those are the best because it just, it's pretty random. I think a lot of people like that a little bit more too.
That's true. Well, thanks again as always. Hold the line here. Thanks everybody that tuned in. I'll be back tomorrow night playing some guitar, bad album covers, Q&A, and maybe some stories from going out to shoot demos tomorrow because I have to shoot demos tomorrow.
All right.
Because I don't have any demos in the can to put out this week, so I have to go shoot demos tomorrow.
Neither do I.
There we go, folks. Peace. Hold those doors open. Let everybody in ahead in traffic. No, not everybody. You'll never arrive at your destination. Let in one person. Just one. That's all you have to do. Happy tone chasing. And, of course, don't litter.